Hey masterpieces, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back during this pandemic series and beyond. So how's everybody doing today? I hope you're doing great. First of all, thank y'all for the love on my first video on overcoming how I overcame depression and anxiety. We are now on part 2. This one is about the anxiety part. You anxiety, let's talk about it. Okay, so listen. All right, so I told y'all about my depression. It's definitely more details in that, but if you want to learn more, book me. But no, seriously, definitely book me. I am a speaker, but I want to talk to y'all how I overcame this anxiety though. Don't forget the word of the week is delight. Delight in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. Let's get into this anxiety. So, my baby here ain't lay down, y'all. Baby here ain't lay down. Okay, we good. So, most of my life, and even now, I have always been ambitious. I have always been like, listen, you ain't really have to, as a kid, you really didn't have to tell me much to get money or do what I was supposed to do. At 15, I moved out. We were living with a family member and stuff, and I was just like, it's time to go. Mind you, I'm 15, and I had this thought pattern process, and I still do. Like, all right, something got to get done. And I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. I can't stay here anymore. So I found the bus route. I found how I was going to get to work because at the time I was working, and I found out where I was going to live. I lived with my great grandfather. So I moved out at 15 and was working. All of these wonderful things, mind you, going to school. I was working and living basically with my great grandfather, but he was like really older, so I was kind of making sure he was okay. So taking care of him in a way, going to work, going to school. Mind you, I'm in high school, y'all, and my mom really didn't have much to say about it because in reality, I've been responsible all my life, very responsible. So I went to the doctor's one day and I had asked my doctor, I was like, I'm getting these, mind you, I was 15, 16. I was definitely making my own doctor's appointments then too. That's why, listen, teach your kids, okay? Teach them. I went to the doctor's and I told my doctor, I was just like, I've been having these chest pains and like I can't breathe and it's hard. And she was like, well, are you stressed or are you are you stressed? I'm like, no. Mind you, I'm 15 at this time. I think I was 16. I'm like, no, I'm not stressed. I'm 16. What I gotta be stressed for? For what? Mind you, I'm working, taking care of my grandfather, walking to work, making sure I get back and forth to work and doing all of being in school, doing homework, doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm like, no, I'm not stressed. I'm not stressed. I'm not stressed. Y'all, I was stressed. I was stressed. I was stressed all the way out. But my spirit is just sometimes it's so naive to things that it's like, I don't know. And now, look, I was 15, 16, so you definitely know I was real naive then. But through the course of my life, college, up until I was 20, my late 20s, I was having anxiety attacks like crazy. And I was having anxiety attacks and I knew I was having them, but I would just have them. I would just let them go and I was like, all right, I'm having anxiety attack. Like one time I was in college and I forgot where I was in my room and I just was cleaning my room, doing it. Anxiety attack came out of nowhere. And if you've never had an anxiety attack, anxiety attacks are as if you are about to either have a heart attack, you are going through a breathing mental breakdown in an instant. Like it can come like this, and you can be. I remember one time I was in. I said, Let's go back to that story. I was in my room and I was cleaning. Y'all, I had an anxiety attack. I had an anxiety attack. Like, mind you, I was cleaning my room. But then I had to realize I was working 2 jobs on my college campus. I was driving. I was working 2 jobs. I was doing being in college and in a relationship. That was crazy. So I had anxiety attack. Mind you, I still ain't. I knew I was having them, but I just kept having them. I just let anxiety come in and just reign. So late, I'm going to say the anxiety attack that triggered me to say, oh, heck no. Because I wanted to say HEW Hockey 6. Oh, hell no. Excuse me. I'm going to say, oh, hell no. This ain't about to control my life. I was 25 or 26. And I was in the kitchen cooking for I was cooking for my family, my husband, the kids, all of this. I was cooking in the kitchen. And the way my stove was set up, my stove was like right here. We live in a 1-bedroom apartment. We was, listen, we was doing our thing. You understand? In the kitchen, I'm cooking. And I'm like, all right, y'all, I'm going to be back. I'm going to be right back. Y'all, I walk slowly, but I'm having a smile on my face to make sure everybody's okay. Number 1, you got to take the mask off. You have to relinquish the control that you feel or what you have to look like in order for you to just say, I'm not okay. You have to take the mask off. So I'm walking, I'm walking to the bathroom because I feel it. Like, so I open the door, I get in the bathroom. As soon as I get to the bathroom, y'all, I drop to my knees and I start crying and I have a panic attack, anxiety attack. I breathe. So how my anxiety attacks were was I would breathe and I would shake. But it would be my breathing, and it would be like an elephant just sat on my heart and my lungs and was just like, forget you. I'm coming right now. Full throttle. So this time I was in the bathroom. My husband, prior to this, he had seen me have anxiety attacks before. He never knew what it was. Like he's never seen anybody have anxiety attacks. But when he see me in the bathroom this time, he knew what was going on. He was like, babe, you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. I'm fine. Mind y'all, I'm on the floor in the bathroom, rocking, y'all, rocking. I'm just rocking. I laugh about it now because it's just funny because when you've overcome, you look and you laugh at the enemy like, dog, you really had me out here tripping, because I let you have me tripping. So I'm sitting here rocking, breathing. After that, I said enough is enough. We not doing this no more, enemy, devil. This is too much. This is taking too much of me. This is taking too much out of me. This is too much. So I had enough. So as the time went on, I would have more panic attacks. But what I would do during my panic attacks, I would figure out either what triggered me or what was the first thing that was going on in my panic attacks that really made me continue on in my panic attacks. Because that one I had lasted a good 5 to 7 minutes, if not 10. So I was like, okay, God, what is making me continually just have these anxiety attacks? What's having these anxiety attacks? But the first step that I had to really get was, okay, how do I grip this? The first thing I learned about myself, and I want you to take in consideration if you ever suffer from anxiety attacks, if you ever suffer from panic attacks, same thing. I want you to watch your breathing. Because the first rule of thumb that I had to catch about myself was my breathing. Because when I had the anxiety attacks, I was until one day in my mind you, this is all a mental thing. I need you to understand that this is a mental thing that the enemy will play in your head of what's going on around you and how you don't have control of you're losing it. You're about to go. You're about to die, or you feel like you're going to die. It's a mental thing. So as you keep playing these thoughts in your mind, the negative self-talk, what you're not, who you aren't, where you should have been, where you could have been, oh, who you should have not been with, who you shouldn't have been with, all of these things in your mind, you increase your breathing. Your breathing goes up. It goes higher, and it until, mind you, I had previously said when I wasn't having anxiety attacks, I said, if I have another one, and if I have another one, I'm going to figure out why I keep going in my anxiety attacks. And I paid attention to my anxiety attacks, this anxiety attack. I said, it was my breathing. Because in order for you to get and overcome something, sometimes it's going to take those steps to help you get out of it. My first step was my breathing. I had to gain control of my breathing. When I mean I had to go from to take this time. I want y'all to sit up. If you're watching my video right now, sit up right now. And I need you to breathe in your nose and out your mouth. Because when I was going, I had to catch my nose. You do it right now with me. Breathe in through your nose and out your mouth. So once I figured out my breathing would help me calm down, baby, anxiety attacks would come. And I said, breathing. So I would calmly let my breath and let my chest and let my heart calm down. And then I would get out of my anxiety attacks. Look, y'all almost brought me to the moments. Devil, you a lie. And my breathing was number one. Number two, I had to look at what was trying to give me anxiety. A lot of times we deal with anxiety, and it's something that, and really what anxiety boils down to, because the word says be anxious for nothing, but through prayer and supplication, let your requests be made known. Be thankful and let your requests be made known. Even as I grow and I'm growing and I had grown, I realized I wanted control. If you really sit and think about anxiety and fear and things of that nature, it's what we want. It's what we want it to be like, how we want it to grow, how we want our life to go, how we want it on our own terms. And I had to realize a lot of the things that I was going through was because I wasn't controlling it. And since I couldn't control it, I would have anxiety attacks. So since I was having the anxiety, it was like, oh, I'm out of control. I can't take it. That's when the breathing would happen. That's when the panic would happen. So God helped me understand that I just wanted control. But it wasn't until I had to realize that, God, Shalea, you don't have control. When you got saved, you relinquished the control to Christ to rule and reign in your life. So you trying to control something that you said that you gave to me. And I had to get checked like, oh, God, my bad. Because the word says be anxious for nothing with thanksgiving, and through prayer and supplication, let your requests be made known. Third thing, I wasn't praying enough. I wasn't praying about my situations. I was trying to control my situations. I was trying to control what it is that was going on without putting it in prayer first. Thanking God that He was going to have the answer that I needed in every situation. Y'all, this anxiety had challenged me for so long. Now, when I say challenge me and I've overcome it, because I won't ever say that anxiety has never tried to creep up. Oh, it has. Believe me, it has. But baby, my mind and my spirit is different. Because now, for instance, now I was going to a Google Grow event of entrepreneurs and business and things of that nature, and my phone stopped working. My phone had lost service, and my phone stopped working. Y'all, I when I say I was this close, it almost started. I said, God, you in control. You got this. I looked at my map. I paused. I breathed. I said, okay, God, I looked at my phone and I seen where the venue was and I knew the area. Do y'all know I looked at it? I said, God, you in control. Looked at it and found the area on my own without even using my GPS. But in that moment, I realized what helped me and what helped me breathing. Me not wanting to have the control over the situation when my phone wasn't working, so I didn't have any control over the situation. And 3, me knowing that God is in control and praying about it. Like just literally being in control and letting God be in control and letting him calm me down. Being reliant on him. Y'all, I found the place. So what I say that to say, your anxiety does not have to rule you. Your mindset is what helps you. You're wanting to actually not let anxiety and depression run your life, because that's what in reality, that's what it does. They slowly creep up and they try to run your life to dictate that you don't have the control because nobody can do it. You can't do it. You can't do this or you can't do that. But my God says I could do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Listen, don't get me started, okay? But no, seriously. I thank y'all for watching this, and just know, I need you guys to know that you are God's masterpiece. He created and designed you for good works before you were even born. So the things and the depression and the anxiety that tries to come against you, baby, you were already created for good works. So everything that you thinking in your mind that's negative and that's not of God is a lie. It's a lie from the devil, because he doesn't want you to fulfill the things that God already predestined for you. So he'll have you to think that you can't do it. So I want y'all to share this video. I want y'all to subscribe to my YouTube channel, all my IGTV family. What up? I love y'all. I love y'all. And when I say shalom, that means peace in Jewish. Sorry. It means peace in Jewish. Shalom. I love y'all. Mwah.